Well, it's been nice to take a vacation these past few months.
I know, things were getting bad. I was so tired, I was starting to hallucinate that we had a yellow-haired German presenter.
No, Monty. I can assure you, I am very real.
Yeah, maybe I need a bit longer for my holiday.
No, I think we've taken long enough. The others are starting to report some problems with our replacements. They're starting to become self-aware or something?
Oh, well, we can't have that. Time to get back to it then.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the CDNN.
It's been another busy month on Dogcraft with the culmination of events and more.
Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Yes, I'm particularly excited about this first one. It's time to show off what the SRN has been up to this month.
Why would that make you excited?
Brains.
Exactly. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. It's great to see so many people here. We are here to announce the winners of our station building competition and our line building competition. It's very exciting. There's some really cool stations. There's some stuff going off behind me. Ooh, that's quite dramatic. Anyway, plan is we're going to go around the stations, about 5 minutes at each one to see what people have done. If you guys built the station as well, you're more than welcome to give us a wee tour around it. And yeah, after that, we'll come back here and we will announce the top 3 of the station builders and top 3 of the line builders. And we'll get all prizes given out. And everybody will get their own wee prize as well for participating as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and we can start heading over to the first station. This is Scalonia Station. This was built actually by one of our line managers for the competition, Skeleton 123.
What a cute build.
Really quaint station to serve as base. Eventually this will have a line going north up to Dwin's base and Tattington on the cars for the future, but yeah, just a nice wee quaint station. There's an NTN portal, a little tower upstairs as well. It's just a nice place. Oh my goodness, there's tons of people up here.
I love the asymmetrical towers. It's very cute.
I'm going to quickly TP over to the next one.
Oh!
And Gwen, if you want to say a few words here, feel free to take over.
First, I wasn't going to join the competition, but I was very inspired by us updating to 121.4, and I literally started this 4 days before the competition originally was supposed to end, and I was so grateful for the extenuation, so thank you for that. I do have access to all of the transport networks, and I have this is my horse road network that goes through the whole of the ship. Out the back end of the boat is to the CSC. The middle of the ship has the SRN, and there is a lore book up on the SRN station. I do have souvenirs here in between the logbook and the lore book. Up top on the middle mask is the NTN. And of course the boat itself is mainly SRN.
Cool.
It's a very cool station, honestly. There's so much character here.
Yeah, I was about to say it's complex. It's very good work for such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
It's very nice, and the line around it's very cool too.
Is this one of the lines we're going to
Yeah.
end up writing or no?
Yeah, I believe this one is.
We love riding on rail lines.
Is this also your line, Dwin?
The line in between it, I got permission from the owner of the land to build a line across it, and Tammy and Val helped decorate the tunnel that goes through the hillside.
This makes me feel like something like a nature-friendly Protoss would make, just like a floating energy line.
It's quite good because it has lore, like it makes sense with the style, but also like a pain to do. So it's a win-win.
The mechanic came up with these last server. They are called hover nodes, and the ones that we had last year were so simple that I was like, okay, I love building up in the air, so I don't have to do a lot of training and everything. But we call them hover nodes.
We can head to our next station now, which was built by Val / P Home World Station.
Oh, look at the fish.
Now,
Val, I don't know if you want to say any words about your station at all.
Yeah, so I wanted to build somewhere far north, but I was told, hey, to connect to the SRN, you need more stations in between. So this is a station in the center of an ocean. If you go down here, it doesn't really seem like it, but if you there's 2 elevators, one near the chest and one near the inner chest, I guess. Then you see why it's called World Station, not only from the map art, but the basic idea was to build this. But yeah, this was the basic idea. Like in the center of an ocean, there's 2 ships going down a whirlpool and maelstrom.
This is very cool.
This makes this line the most northern line there is.
I do really like the detail of one of the cats being upside down because they're both being like flung around. So that one's like holding on to something for dear life as they're tilting. It's very fun use of mechanics to portray a story.
I gotta say, I give great thanks to Tammy for building pretty much all of the decorations downstairs. Like coming up with the ideas like, oh, we can put an ender chest down here and use the geode. There is a big tilted sunken ship down here as well, which has a functional CSC port. So this is the only place I know of where the CSC port drowns your code first.
Very cool.
The next one we are heading to also has a P Home. It's /P Home SRN _ Ret South 6. And this one was built by Shaco. So Shaco, you want to say a few words about your station?
Yeah, so this one is in a brand new, previously undeveloped area, and I'm calling the area Bar South. It's south of Spawn, of course, but Bar South is also an ice hockey term, and I play ice hockey. The architecture of it is, it's both very familiar to me. If you've seen a lot of my builds, this will, look familiar. But I also try to push myself, and so I'm doing a lot more like delicate moldings, small details. The windows are a new thing that I've been trying. And just the way that I'm mixing materials, it's kind of a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but also very much my style, I feel. Things are on multiple levels, so there's a bit of a staircase climb. But there are bedrooms and some bathrooms. Sorry about the mess in this one bathroom here. There was a bit of an accident.
Oh dear.
If you haven't seen it yet, you will. And for the there's a waiting room up here with the rail lines connected to it, and I kind of inverted the traditional idea of a train station where you have the train shed with the big soaring roofs, which is where the trains come in, and then you have the waiting area next to it, and I kind of flipped them around. So the waiting area has this big soaring cathedral ceiling, and then you enter into these smaller rooms to get to the actual rail lines. So there's also some belfries, some bell towers. Eventually, I might make a way to actually get up in there, but I just ran out of time to do that, so that never happened. On the bottom floor is a nether portal room, which could also probably use more decoration. Just something I might do in the future.
I think you've done a fantastic job, Shaco. It's
Thank you.
so good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I did base a lot of the architecture on like early 20th century American like arts and crafts style, where they have a lot of they kind of mixed a lot of things like Tudor style with some of the more modern stuff that was happening at the time, and as well as some classical, and just created this kind of really eclectic architectural style. So that was kind of what I was going for, kind of fitting to the era of railway expansion.
Then next one we're going to head over to is Elemental Station. This one was a joint build by Maddie Monster and Tiny Bricks. So, I mean, if you guys are around and you want to, like, feel free to talk us through the station.
It's quite lush, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got the book. So we have a bit of lore. Day 1, May 17th, 2009. My 3 companions and I spawned into this cave. There was no way out. The only way out was to dig. When we finally dig our way out, we saw this temple. It makes me feel uneasy. There is great power there, and I'm not sure whether it means well or ill. Day 2, we started exploring the temple. While doing so, we were met with 5 cats. They seemed friendly and not wanting to cause us harm. When we entered the temple, 5 beams of light shot into the sky, and we have not been able to extinguish them. We still don't trust the powers here, and are unsure if we want to stay or leave. Day 3, we haven't met any mobs apart from the cats. Hostile mobs seem to avoid this place. We wonder why. Is it fear? Is it reverence? Or just instinct? It's a weird notion, to be sure. We see hostility in the woods, but they don't seem to dare venture nearby. Day 7. I feel like I'm slowly losing my mind. 5 words seem to pop into my head over and over. Earth, air, wind, water, ether. Even in sleep, I am plagued by images of these mighty elements. I wonder, is that what lies in the temple? My fear is growing by the hour, and yet, as my fear grows, so does my curiosity. Day 10. The more we explore the temple, the more we wonder who built it, and for what purpose. There is power here, so much power. But it has been abandoned. Things seem to appear or disappear here. I could have sworn there was a book with strange writing when we first came here, but it has since vanished. Sometimes I feel like we're being watched. There's no one there. We tried digging on the Red Tower on day 15. We dug greedily and deeply, hoping to find riches within. But we were met with fire, lava and smoke. We lost one of our brave companions trying to contain the fire. Eventually we succeeded in harnessing the might within the build and exit to the surface, but it came at great cost. If the other towers are the same, we might not need to abandon this place. Day 20, the Blue Tower was explored today. We dug underneath as not to disturb the temple too much and invoke the wrath within. We were met with a great flood, but somehow we were able to breathe, and the water gave us sight. For the first time since we came to this strange place, we felt welcome. Day 25. When we explored the Green Tower, we found a lot of riches within. After our experience in the Fire Tower, we were scared to take any. So we left them and instead built around them. When we surfaced, we found 2 strange beasts roaming the temple. They seem to sniff around and find rare seeds. They don't mind us taking the seeds, We are grateful as it is the first thing we found, and our stores are running low. We need to find some food, or we won't survive. Day 31. I'm not sure what happened today. We wanted to explore the Yellow Tower, but I'm not sure if we did. I vaguely remember standing on fog, but I don't know if it was real. It felt real, but it cannot be, can it? My companions don't believe it either, but they have the same memory. It's strange. Can it really be that air is contained within that tower? That we discovered that which some consider the origin of all life? Day 35. The last few days we have found peaceful animals drawn to this place. Frogs have made one of the ponds their own. Bees have come to start pollinating the flowers. Everything has started to grow and the temple has seemingly begun to be reclaimed by nature. Day 40. 4 horses appeared today. But these horses are strange. They don't have skin, but are entirely made of bone. Do they mean well, or are they omens of ill things to come? Day 42. I found 2 friendly wolves in the forest. They have stuck by me and feel like my only tether to humanity. I seem to have lost track of all my companions. They are nowhere to be found. Every day I hope to find a trace of them, but I have not done so far, and so for a number of days. In the center tower, portals have appeared. Tomorrow I will venture there to see what lies within. The tower feels alive with power, and I feel both fear, excitement to explore. I will record my findings when I get back. That's when it stops.
Bravo.
Bravo.
That's beautiful.
Very cool.
Awesome. I think the next one we'll do is Fangs' station. And I think the P home for that is /P home Temple of Fur SRN.
Oh, very cool.
I'll give the microphone, the metaphorical microphone to Fangs.
Welcome to the Temple of Fur. It is not 100% complete, but the SRN portion is done. In the main structure, we have the NTN portal up here at the top. The name is actually a reference to the original structure I based it on. So the general shape of this SRN station is based upon the Great Ziggurat of Ur. It's in, I think, Iraq. It's just the base level. It's all that is left these day and age. The rest of it, the general tiered shape, I had it based upon just pictures drawn either in ancient times or reaccounts of ancient. But this is the general tiered structure of the ziggurat. Another funny thing is if you're walking up the main stairs and you look at the central tower completely by accident and it kind of looks like a beaver or a weasel, did not mean to do that. But when I saw it the first time, I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This also was benefited from the implementation of the new update, so I was able to use all of these lovely tough blocks. This also connects to the line that I built for the competition, so we can run that when it's done, when we're done looking at the station. An additional fun fact is you notice there is cats and dogs because the Temple of Fur is dedicated to all of our furry friends, so over time I eventually want to get like pandas and llamas and every other animal here. But that's like a later, longer project thing that would add up too much to do. You can see the map of the area. This place is pretty. There's people around, so like if you go straight south, you hit Neofiari. I haven't done the CSC port yet, but if you go in back, you can see where the entrance is, where it's going to go. I might do it for a competition in the future. I might do it now or sometime in the future. I do eventually plan to make a forest around this whole thing and do a little bit more detailing at the lower level, but that's just, nice touch. The final fun fact about this station is if you look around, you'll notice the dogs are named. Those are, as close as I can account, my original dogs for getting DC's first full pack achievement. So these are one of each of all of the dogs. The names were given to me by people who helped me find them, and all of their names reference the biome you find them. So like Delta over here is named after a dog of one of our staff members, and the Snowy Taiga is where that type of dog can be found.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great build.
These
Actually, have
danger rings, by the way. They feel like danger rings.
Oh, if you want to see, the rings are meant to be some fun supports, but they're also meant to trick your brain because yes, they do contain the heart things that spawn the creaking.
Yeah.
Oh, so they blink when you come near?
No, they're tricking you because the ones that are actually that would work with the wood have just resin in between them, and then the ones that have the actual block don't. But if you're not paying attention, your brain will think it is. But I was trying to do something a little bit different with this rail line with the arcs, the rings. If you look to the north, you can actually see where I use them to support lines on top of each other. So like this section has them, but I didn't know how Neo wanted their line to go. So it may overlap, it may not. I wanted to leave room for it.
Does this rail line double as an elytra course?
If you're very, very careful.
One of my plans is to eventually build an elytra course around the station because the terrain would work really well for it. And again, this rail line was developed after the update came out. I'm really happy with how it turned out. The spacing was kind of hard to work out and such that the mobs kept attacking me, but when it goes into a hill, that is when my building ends. The player whose station it goes to, this is the start of his territory, lands, whichever you want to use, but you can see his terraforming and stuff at the end.
I think this line has the perfect blend between like nice aesthetics but also like buildability, you know? Like copying over such a large scale design.
This is so high at the top of the terrain.
If I ever get around to building the forest around the actual station, the height of the rail makes more sense because I was going to make it so it's like going over a jungle for part of it.
Which station do we go next?
Next, I think it is Frosthold next.
Oh, the bridge!
I'm gonna be honest. Compared to all the other stations we've seen today, feeling a little self-conscious of it now. But it was always
Oh,
it's
but
a
I love
connection
these
to,
style builds.
Lord Arky's amazing luck floors, which I'm imagining we're going to next. So otherwise, it's long. So
the view is amazing with this course just right here. It's just lovely.
Oh, it's coming along so good.
Yeah, you can see the station from the boats area.
It's such an awesome view though, like just looking out onto the massive basin with the ice boat track. Oh, it's so cool.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Is this the same raceway that we did at the beginning of the server?
yes,
It's coming along so good.
at the beginning. Oh yeah, the interview, the CDNN interview. Yes,
I remember this. I remember coming through this ravine because we were talking about it. Oh, the details.
You can head back up to the station now as well and just ride this line as well to Arky's base. It's such a cool line, this one.
Someone had a lot of powered rails.
Yes.
To make sure.
Once you leave like the mountainside and you go onto like the big suspended bridge, all that is Lord Arky from there on out.
Ooh. I like all the chains. That looks cool.
Yeah, the chains is a very good touch. I've got to say, in my shaders, it's so good.
End of the line. Wow. End of the line.
End of the line.
For now, eventually this is going to go to Joe Bender's place. There's like 4 or 5 more stations planned out on this line.
No.
6 actually, my bad.
Insane.
we ran over to Shaco's station quickly just because Shaco had to go, but we didn't ride the line that Val entered for the competition as well. So if we go back to Whirl, we can ride the line that's part of the competition.
XP's like, we're going in the water, I have to go. Think of the water!
There's an in-between station. Everyone keep the mic cards you get, because I'm gonna top it up in the end.
And now your head is just inside a slab.
This is
Oh,
a
that's
really
Overland.
interesting line though, being like in a 1x1 space.
I like the shoving people's face into slabs. I just see the top of their heads.
The thing is, you
Good to
don't
go.
see the slabs when you're in them either.
You
so
don't,
it's like
yeah.
just the first
Wait.
one.
Yeah.
Ooh, very cool.
It's like you're going through water, but you're getting the full rail speed, which is quite clever.
That is very nice.
So this one goes south to Time Warp, which is another branch line station. And then that eventually goes back south to Tattington and down south to where we were earlier with Dwin's base and stuff like that. So it's all going to be connected eventually. Oram, are you still about?
Yep.
Do you want to go to Brickshire first and then ride your line to your branch line station? Because that'll
yep,
do
yep,
the station and the line, right? This is one of the lines in the competition we're about to ride that was built by Oram, and we're going to Forge Station, which is one of the stations in the competition, also built by
Give me a
Oram.
moment just to get out of the floor. There we go.
Awesome. Right, let's do it.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun wee bits in this line.
I found tunnels underneath my big base off into the ocean there, and I was like, I'm going to use this. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I'm going to use it.
The judging was fun because we started on Shelty, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes.
But we did because Orem has 2 stations. So we did one of them, and then we did like another station, and then we did another Orem station. And like, you know, when we do the judging, you try to like keep it non-biased. Immediately, as soon as we like were at either of Orem stations, Baron and I were like, "Oh, we know that build style. We know who this is."
This is a really cool like public smelter idea.
The super smelter here is all run off lava, so it's, I can't remember, 32 smelters.
It's a nice wee feature to have for a station. Makes it quite useful.
That was kind of the hope with this one. I was a bit worried. I was like, after I built the other one that we'll go to in a bit, I was like, oh, what's even the point of going to the station? And then I decided when I came to this one, I'd make a point.
Exactly, yeah, make the station a location in itself. We're going to be going to Bucher's station next, which I think is Colliery Station?
Yeah, so this is a coal mine, but coal mine is, if you are being correct with the terms, as far as I understand, coal mine is just the place underground, and colliery is like the stuff, everything, the ground and the buildings on top as well. And like this, it used to be a coal mine or the colliery, but now it is also a museum. So like, I try to put actual information in bookshelves around. I did actually go to one of the museums and learn stuff, so like I know stuff now. So like there's one, one big tunnel.
Oh, look at this.
That this was just used to get to places, and then there are smaller tunnels that were used to get to where the coal is, and then those really small tunnels. You would have like one, and then that one would move through the mountain, like from the very big tunnel outwards. Like you would mine the coal, and then the mountain would just fall on your head after you're done. Like not on your head, but behind you.
That doesn't sound
when that
very
happens.
promising.
There's one building where the coal comes upwards, and this is like sorted because when you don't just get coal, you also get like stones. But there's like a big conveyor belt where people sort out the big stones. And of course, in the end, it will all be transported away with trains. That's why this is connected to the SRN.
The trains are so cute!
I'm in here too.
Yeah, you're selling tickets for the
I'm
trains.
selling tickets, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the conductor. The next station we're going to is North 5 on this line. It is Clementine Station, built by Orphelia.
So cute.
The glazed terracotta, it almost kind of looks like little like orange slices.
I do like that there's multiple shades of the same color. Like the greens are all different warmths and coolness.
Another touch that we really liked were like the resin in the trees to look like little clementines, little oranges. We have one more station. We started Chelsea with Orem and we're finishing with Orem.
Fly out, have a look around at the exterior. I really like doing the exterior on this one.
Gonna be a rocket.
Oh, this is really cool. I love these kind of buildings.
Are these cannons?
Yes, it started off with Fort Jefferson as inspiration, but then I was just like, I just kind of kept building.
Fair
Very
enough.
Cool.
And you know what? It turned out very cool.
Yeah, this is a cool building.
Awesome. Okay, it's time.
It's time!
So before I announce the winners, I just want to say a huge word of thanks to everybody that's helped set up this tournament. Want to give a huge thank you to all of our SRN line managers who have helped sort out the logistics of this, been in contact with the station builders, been really, really cool, and for building this lovely area to have the ceremony in. Also, a huge thank you to the DCT and the head mods for helping with prizes and stuff like that. And a huge thank you to our judges as well, who we can bring up now. So, yeah, let's get them all out here. We have B. Thank you so much. We've got M Sky here as well. We've got Baron Wolf. We've got Minda, who's not here with us, but was also another one of our judges. We have Tiger as well, who's also just left, but Tiger was a judge as well. Thanks so much, Tiger. I'm not forgetting anyone, am I? I think that's everybody, right? Yeah.
Wham.
Oh my goodness! Wait, Abe was the judge as well! Congratulations, Abe! Yes. Okay, I got it. I'm so sorry, Abe. Mom gets double thanks as a line manager as well. Yeah, so together it was a really tough choice, but we did end up getting some winners. So I'm going to start off with the line building competition. Okay, so coming down, if your name's read out, you can come up. You can get, everybody's going to get a participation banner that participated in the tournament, and we'll get special prize boxes for our top 3 finishers for each competition.
Yay!
Okay, so third place for the railway was Fangs of Amber. Oh my goodness, look at all the fireworks. Congratulations, Fangs. Amazing. Right, congratulations, Fangs, on your line. Awesome. In second place for the line building competition was Sam Hex. Yeah. I don't think Sam's here anymore. Yeah, but we'll get Sam's boxes
that's
there. Awesome. So now first place for the line building competition is Ayamorum. Well done. Woo.
Yay! Go.
Yay!
The specific line was the one between Brickshire and Forge Station. The very, very cool line. Enjoy all your stuff. Very cool. Okie dokie, right. Time for the station competition winners. In third place, Valeritas with World Station. Really good job, Val. It was
Gorgeous
really nice.
station. Very cool.
There's your
So
boxes.
much effort.
There's all your stuff, Val, behind you. And like we mentioned earlier, between the top two stations, it had to go to another tiebreaker vote. It was that close. In second place is Maddie Monster and Tiny Bricks with Elemental Station. Huge congratulations, guys.
Woohoo!
It was so
love the
good,
lore in
yeah,
that one.
absolutely stunning build. There's all your stuff. And now, first place for the station competition is Clementine Station by Orphelia 4. Well done, Orphelia.
Absolutely gorgeous palette. Well done.
That's a lot of.
There's a lot of pyrotechnics going off. It's very cool. And again, a huge thank you to everybody that went and built a station as well. Everybody else that participated, you're welcome to come up now and get participation banners as well, exclusive banners for you now. So I think we've got a few people here. Yep. Congratulations to Bucher. I see Arky's up here as well. Huge congrats, Arky. And Wynn's here as well. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Huge congratulations, you three. You had some fantastic stations and lines too. Yep.
They all looked wonderful. They really did. Lots of
Brilliant,
good work.
yeah. I think we can get one final picture, yeah. And then we'll get all the rest of the prizes sorted out and get them to everybody.
Oh, look at all these. Let's see. Yeah, put that there. Everybody's waving.
Amazing.
What a good time.
Oh.
There he goes!
Emma's gonna die from this.
Okay, just for context, I had no idea this was here.
Missing
Goodbye,
lights
Monty.
flashing.
That's
I
me,
thought
guys.
there
I'm
was a red-
retiring. I'll see you next survival. Nice.
Yep, this is the exit.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Monty. Oh, somebody died. Farewell.
Rip.
Well done to all of the winners of the event.
Yeah, especially open bracket, insert name here, close bracket, and open bracket, insert name here, close bracket. Wait, the audio cue just says insert name here.
Clearly the writers couldn't remember the results when they were writing this.
Imagine being that forgetful. The winners are clearly open bracket, insert name here, close bracket, and open bracket, insert list of names, close bracket, for the categories. This is just embarrassing now, Tom.
Swiftly moving on.
No, you're not making us move on, Tom. We're not carrying on until you allow us to mention the winners.
Congratulations, Orphelia 4, Maddie Monster, Tiny Bricks, and Valeritas for some excellent stations, and Aurum, Sam Hex, and Fangs of Amber for some beautiful rail lines.
That's better. You sure we didn't replace Tom as a robot as well?
Speaking of our other CDNN members, Bucherwurm has been busy this month, approaching Cyberdogs and interviewing them.
Let's find out what she found out.
Hello, and welcome to the Street Interviews. Today we are asking Dogcraft related questions. Starting with the first one. How long have you been on the server?
Since August 15th of last year.
I joined, I believe, in about June or July 2024, so it's probably about 8 months now.
Actually, this is my 1-year anniversary. I've joined on March 2024.
I've been on Dogcraft since about the middle of Survival 5.
I have been on the server since December 2022, right after the tours Rendog did on the server.
Rendog did a video thing, and then I joined it. Yeah, so I'd say 2 years, maybe 2.5 years.
I have been on the server for 3 years now. I joined right at the end of Serv 4.
I've been on the server coming up on 5 years now.
It's weird to say, but I've been on the server for around 5 years.
I have been on the server since June 29th of 2019.
I have been playing on Dogcraft since early 2019, Ser 3.
I first joined in during Survival 3, I think in response to one of Ren's base tours.
On May 17th, I'll be on the server for 8 years. I joined May 17, 2017, so it's been a while.
I've been on Dogcraft since July of 2016, so for about 8.5 years.
Is there a Dogcraft related food brand that you prefer?
No, actually, I just eat whatever my villagers get me during trading. Like, now I'm eating pork chops just from the villagers.
Yes, I manufacture and sell off-brand gigapies.
So I am biased. I'm a member of the Beetroot Army, so I would have to say...
Beets. Would you like one?
I do eat a lot of potatoes, though. Just don't tell Tom.
Yeah, Tom's tatties have been good friends to Caliport for a while.
I did at the beginning of the server, or early in the server, buy several shulkers of Tom's tatties that I have not finished through yet, so I'm not so much loyal as lazy. I have this, I don't need any more food.
Yes, I'm holding it in my hand right now. Me and Tom's tatties are a mash made in heaven. What are your thoughts on the matter?
Tom's tatties!
Outside of my own produce, as you can see, it's tied between the Tom's Tatties and Carrot Mafia, whichever is easier to get. Usually the Carrot Mafia these days.
I would like to have the Monty's coffee, but there's no real food with it, because there's no coffee in Minecraft, but I usually munch on the Carrot Mafia golden carrots, like this one.
I personally believe that Carrot Mafia carrots are the only way to go. They are not only, I would consider, the best food, but also, being associated with that mafia is pretty cool.
I can't pick within all my peoples. I've had them all. They're all good.
I should say Tom's Tatties because of one of my NTN managers, but I mostly just get my own golden carrots from my villagers.
No offense to my friends who make food and offer it to people, but, I have to support my villagers.
I do like the chicken, though. Chicken is good.
The next question is, what is your project this season?
This palace and the NTN.
Why, you're just looking at it. Welcome to the city of Lochgoar. It's basically a medieval, rustic, slightly steampunky village in the middle of a valley in the hills, with one custom-made lake behind you.
I'm building a Japanese Taisho-era city, along with a castle, which is somewhere off in the distance.
I'm making a perimeter with all my farms in it, and I'm building a bit of a funky area here named the Deep Dark Depot.
My project has mostly been my base, which is quite literally a hole in the ground.
So I am a member of Home Tree. So I have been working on some builds over there with Dutch, Skyhook, and Dora. And then on my personal project, which is where we are, which is Toad Town, which is a Mario-themed base.
We're actually standing in it. It's my base, it's my main project, and also managing the west line on Shelty for the SRN, which will be every season my project.
This season I've been working on a little village and base here. I have a steampunk fortress just over the tops of the trees behind me, and I have a little village I'll be putting in the valley down below.
Oh, I have so many projects, but Beat Haven is the one I'm working on the most with the Beetroot Army.
I have a lot of projects just all over the place. I've been working in Canaan Kingdom, I've been working in Beat Haven, but my main personal project is where we are right now, my Gigacorp lab. You don't see it here, but it is extensive. It goes on.
I have many projects, but my main one is Canaan Kingdom, the public minigame area that we're actually in right now. We're standing in the south station.
I do mini games. So Maple Quest is my first minigame, and then my second minigame, which I just finished, is Temple Heist, which you can find in Canaan Kingdom.
You can see it behind me. I, Mindfox, and Fangs of Amber, we've come on to Survival 5 with the same intention as ever. We're building up the newest iteration of Califort.
That is Califort, this lovely place that we are here.
Califort Moor this time. Great Harbor is what that means.
I occasionally do some stuff with like the travel networks and like the events team, but overall it is, or the DCT I mean, but it is overall California.
And fourth question, what were you most excited for with Dogcraft updating to the new version?
Trying out the trial chambers has been a lot of fun. I have yet to capture any of the new dogs. They look really cool.
All the dogs! And the trial chambers, but like mostly the dogs.
I love the little armadillos that came with this update. So exciting.
It was the armadillos. I was excited to get space rats so I can have them in the lab.
Everything involving the Pale Garden.
And the creeklings. They have cute little feet.
So I hadn't done anything with the brand new update, and I waited so that when the server came online, I could go explore the creakings.
The breeze. I love the breeze so much. It is like such mini-game potential. It's amazing.
I'm most excited about all the new building blocks we're getting, like pale wood and the new tough and copper variations.
They're so pretty, especially the tough and the copper blocks. I'm so excited to play with those.
The wood, the white wood. Oh my god, it's so good.
Tough. Definitely tough.
I love using my grays in my builds, and I really thought we were missing that type of shading, and I have gotten to use it already in creative, and we'll be building some new stuff with it soon.
The texture is just wonderful, and being able to mix something like that into a stone brick wall, it's beautiful, frankly.
Yes, just hands down, the tough, especially with the palette that we have here, it adds to it in a wonderful way.
The new blocks, tough blocks in particular, but also the copper blocks. I'm really excited to try those out and start playing with them.
Also the copper bulbs, because I do a somewhat redstone, so that makes my life easier.
That is all the questions for today. Thank you so much for joining. Is there anything else that you want to say on the CDNN?
I guess only one thing, and that's I'm coming.
I would like to say to, keep an eye out on, the Beat space on the server, on the Beat army and what we're doing. Because there's some stuff happening. There's some moving, changing. Same with the lab. There are things coming up. You're going to see stuff.
I hope everyone is having a lovely day, and eat your tatties, kids.
See you guys.
You know what I saw the other day?
No?
A massive bunny just wandering across the server.
Nah, surely not.
No, I promise that is what I saw.
Monty, we've just had a holiday. You can't be going crazy again already.
Monty's not as crazy as you think, XP. The DCT has been busy creating our very own Easter event.
Oh, fair enough. We best go and find out what's been going on over there.
This year, the DCT has spared no expense in making this Easter area amazing. Let's take a look. The event spawn is on the surface, where there is a lush greenery and colourful mushrooms galore, as well as the starting point for 2 Easter hunts. The first one is a bunch of riddles. Find Toast the Bunny to start this quest, and search for 6 bunnies with riddles scattered throughout the entire event. The second hunt is an Easter egg hunt. It couldn't be Easter without one. You can collect Easter egg snowballs from the gazebo with the warrior eggs, and exchange them at locations with the oxidized copper bulbs for an Easter egg mini block. There are 14 to find in total. Can you find them all? While the surface is swarming with life, the bunnies have burrowed into the mountain to create a maze of tunnels to explore, as well as hide some of the items you're hunting for. The burrows also feature 2 games, the first of which is Spleef, featuring wind charges and a dripply platform. And this is also the area where you'll see the faces of all the people who have helped to create this event, both on the wall and in the diorama if you fall during the game. Once you make your way down to the bottom of the burrows, you'll meet Harvey Hopperton's hair-raising havoc game, which is all about timing your shots at the targets. Do you have what it takes to win? The event can be found at /phome Easter_2025. Thank you to DCT for a great event and happy hunting.
Twigs.
Leaves.
Branches.
Grunk.
Are you two okay?
Oh yeah, we're just naming our favorite bits of a tree.
Roots.
Go on, Monty.
Ooh, I can get on this. Ice boat tracks. Mega builds.
What sort of trees have you been looking at?
Well, not me, but Summer's taken a look at a very special tree on the server.
Hi, Etta.
Hi, Summer. Welcome to Home Tree.
Thanks. This is great. So I'm here to interview you for the CDNN, and I would like you to talk to me about your base.
Okay, well, this is Home Tree, so it's a joint base between myself and Dutch, who have no other base, really, and then you've got Sky, Endor, That Roger, Tank. So
How long have you been on the server?
I've been on the server going on 7-ish, 8 years, and we'll start the tour over here.
Perfect.
And we've been around for multiple servers. We started in Surf 3, but every year or every season we end up building a nice giant tree in some location or another. The tree is mostly Dutch's work.
I love willows.
Yeah,
I really
he finally
do.
built one. You may note, standing up here, the local water table is a little weird. Here's a river, and this was an ocean.
Oh, it was an ocean?
It was, and it took quite some effort to drain.
What did you have to do in order to drain it?
It was a lot of flying machines, temporary barrier walls, and sponges.
How big is the ocean here?
It's 750 blocks wide, maybe 500 blocks across, if I had to rough guess. I mean, you can't see the other side of it from here.
Right,
so.
right. How deep was the ocean?
Where the ground is, you see, is about it, because we drained it, stripped off the gravel, converted it to moss, and then converted some of that moss into dirt. So down here is ocean floor.
It's been a lot of building that's been going on here. Can you tell me a little bit more about the build process with your builders?
So we've went for a steampunk theme this time, and I know that we try to incorporate some farms to be there, and there's a lot of other temporary blocks in places. So we have our lovely wheat field for automatic wheat. I do want to get you across the other side to see where some of the more recent builds have come up. So we'll maybe quick jog through some of these areas and really getting the size of that tree in there. I know Dutch has worked to get large mechanisms in here, get belts, and gears going, and a couple of airships are on the plan.
Yep,
And
I
other
can
just
definitely
kind
see.
of interesting infrastructure buildings.
So you have machinery here as well, that not just buildings.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, while we try to make a lot of these buildings up top have some purpose, the main farm is actually below us. Up and coming builds, up here is the crashed airship that will become, I think, West 4 Station. We're in the process of constructing, and I don't know where the SRN is in getting the line out towards us, but we'll be in communication and work with them. Just in progress while we pass it by.
What else is there to see while we're in this area right now?
I'm just kind of leading us softly through the paths at the moment here, but we have Dutch recently built a new barn, the more waterworks. We've got a nice lovely crane back there that's been
Right.
moving and terraforming, kind of just taking the walk of the paths and see where we end up, and also
Oh, that house looks familiar over there.
yes, we have some other contributors that aren't technically in group.
That's
so
true.
I
That's my
think-
house.
Yeah, it's your house, yeah. So that Rogers base is just over that hillside way up there, and Tanks is over there. And if anyone ever comes by, I highly recommend checking out both of their bases while they're in the area. Princess has one on the south side, now out of render distance. We may have been able to see it if we'd looked.
Okay, we can go around the whole area. No problem.
The other few things that we have above ground as farms is we have a sniffer farm over there, a wool farm up here. You know, easy to build. They fit nicely within an area.
I really like the steampunk theme that you have going here. Like, it's worked really well on this scale, I find, with your buildings and with the tree.
I really do like it too. I'm glad that Dutch made it work in the copper with all the different colors and shades. And now we get all these new the new copper blocks too, so I'm excited to see what we come up with to work with those. We're going to start wrapping back around to where we started here, so if we wanted to jump up and see Princess's house, this thing almost popped up and I never knew about it, so it's feels weird to show off somebody else's build, but here we go. No. And themed in her colors too, so.
Yep, no, and that makes perfect sense. And she even has made use of some of the mini blocks that we brought in.
Oh, perfect. I should be drinking my coffee while I'm here.
Coffee, that looks like a teapot to me.
In that shade, no, never.
Just really black tea. Come on, think about it.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
I do love this, like the little snail blocks that we have. They're so cute.
Excellent
Who knew that
use
a
of the
snail could
mini
be
heads
so
and
cute?
the little lights and lanterns and
Yeah, and a little hedgehog. Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
other snail.
Yeah, look, he's looking at you.
I'm gonna stand over here now.
Oh no, this place is looking great.
Thank you, and I thank you for Princess for building this part of it. So from there, we just keep going, and we have always, tried to base, and then we've done different variations. Sometimes we build the tree and then build the industry elsewhere. Other times we built the tree, put the industry right with it, inside of it even. That worked sometimes. Sometimes
Right.
it did not.
Is the tree always a willow tree?
No, it changes year over year, like the seasons you might expect. Different designs, different themes go with them. It's been interesting, I'll say, to say the least. At least one year we actually did the sapling for the main tree, but then built a Christmas tree to build height, and that was its own challenge.
Yeah, I remember that year. That's right. What are the kinds of farms that you have under here?
We have practically everything. I think I wrote up the list the other day, and I ended up with like 60 plus different items being produced, and that's just base components. So you're standing on the 2,000 plant cactus farm. There's your furnace XP array that we smelt the cactus with. We've got the new creaking farm over there, lava farm behind that over there to fuel that, and the rooted dirt farm, the sugarcane, the bamboo, the gunpowder farm. Actually, I also recently built a brand new style of string, slime, and wither rose farm. Off on the other side of this place, we have the 3-cell iron farm, some pumpkin melon farms, bone meal. I feel like I'm missing several.
I think you are. Oh, what's this?
that would be the shulker farm, which I believe as of now we have 102 boxes of shells in the output chest on hand, not lifetime produced, just current available on hand.
So you mean 102 boxes
of shells.
of shulker shells? Oh.
Yep.
So if you were to make them all up, how many shulker boxes would you get?
Well, if I had all of only 14 more boxes of shells, I'd be able to craft 100,000 boxes.
Oh my god.
So, I think I did the math. That would take about 1,300 chests to store them all.
Ooh.
I'm not planning to do this, but you know, it's one of the weird things when you do the math and you realize, I could. That's horrifying. I don't want to have to deal with more storage problems. We have enough. We get over here and we're walking over our cherry farm, the warped and crimson tree farm, the mangrove farm, the I believe Ilmango 5 type basic tree farm. Over here is the blast chamber output area. So every one of these double chests on the floor contains some number of shulkers of whatever wood type is in front of it. Behind you is the sapling return, where a whole bunch of them are stored, and we even have a skeleton spawner slipped in here for extra bone meal, because with the number of tree farms we have, you need the extra bone meal.
Do you have to uncraft the bones yourself to get the bone meal?
Actually, we the bones over there from the skeleton spawner get crafted down into the bone meal and put into the bone meal line, which ends here with the storage. But also, if I turn on the main farm for bone meal, it'll pass it through and send it and circulate it to all the tree farms first, and then when they're all full, it'll automatically turn off too and send it into storage and craft it down into bone block. As we pass over here again on another lovely glass floor, the blast chamber is down there.
I'm always scared of falling through the floor.
It is that lovely color where you just almost don't even see it, right? You know?
Just a little bit. Can we blow up some trees? I would love to turn that farm on.
Ooh, every wood type except for bamboo can go through that blast chamber. Most farm designs I've seen for it require TNT duping or are very complicated to manipulate those blocks. But we managed to get it to where it comes out into a 1x1 block stream. It can be sent straight into the efficient blast chamber where we just handcraft the TNT and put it in.
Right.
So
now, for those who are watching, the reason why we're talking about this is because TNT duping is illegal on Dogcraft, which is why we are not doing it. So you've had to come up with a completely different method to be able to accomplish this.
It's kind of a standard blast chamber design. It's just replacing the TNT duping segment with just a dispenser and a timed trapdoor. I would call it simple, but I understand where others don't. So over here is our copper aging facility, and I'll let you stand up top because below is the dark oak and pale oak farm.
Okay.
So do you see what it's doing?
Yeah.
Splits the tree down the middle, and
yeah, it splits the tree down the middle, so it's 2 1-block lines, right? 1x2 lines.
Actually, the way dark oak and pale oak trees generate, they can generate blocks anywhere within a 6x6 area centered on the 2x2 saplings. So you have to account for that. So they split into sets of 3 wide, and then those get split further on either end of this.
Right, and then they get ticker taped into that thing.
Yep, I'm just going to leave those lays in there to deal with the next tree. And so down over here is where the actual output block stream really comes off this thing and heads for the blast chamber.
Amongst all the spaghetti of redstone and
water streams, redstone lines. There's just stuff everywhere here. Don't
you must
mind
have
the
to do a
allays.
fair amount of leaf crushing then as a part of this too.
Actually, no. This farm returns more saplings than it uses. So I'm going to wait to make sure that thing fully turns off, and then we'll go turn on the cobblestone and basalt farm and just pump through blocks in the blast chamber. Get something to ding and to make explode out of that thing, because
I just love standing over the blast chamber here and just looking at all the spaghetti.
So,
like,
Summer, if you would come this way. I think this is still in cobblestone mode. So I'm going to flip that lever.
Yep.
And over here, we'll just see cobblestone pour into the block stream and move everything along down there.
So you have a sign here, light on equals cobble farm off.
Yep. And that, oh, there was the blast of TNT down there. Just went.
Okay.
So the other things added on with this is we also can convert concrete. I think this thing can put out 11 different wood types. We get the shroom lights come off of, and the warped and crimson warp blocks. We get we can do mud and dirt. So
yeah,
there's not much we can't push through this blast chamber.
Rooted dirt.
The rooted dirt, and there goes another explosion.
Oh, yep, I hear the explosion.
I think I'll let it get through one more, and then I'll go turn the cobble farm off.
Is there a reason why we put the cobble through first?
Why we put it all the way from up here?
Well, we made sure that the cobble farm was on.
I made sure the Pale Oak farm had stopped sending its tree before I came over and turned this on, because if two farms are running at the same time, they will collide.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the most part, I'm using cobble right now just to flush through part of the farm, because
I see.
It's basically an easily farmable block that can come through at speed. Because I think that cobble farm can produce 18,000 blocks an hour. That is an Il Mango style cobble farm, I should specify.
Yeah.
The rooted dirt farm and the 5-type treat farm are sidecraft type builds that we've mostly copied over, made modifications for to fit dogcraft specifics. And then the other farms, the nether trees, the mangrove, the dark oak, pale oak, and the cherry are all custom builds.
Right, and how long did it take you to come up with the design for the pale oak, cherry tree, and the new farms?
It's been weird, because we do look at other designs, try and learn from what other people have come up with, and then we strip it apart down to bare bones and say, okay, what do we need this to do? Is this working how we want? And a lot of them push blocks out into again, TNT duping, because that's what a lot of people use. But we then try and convert that with just piston tricks to shove it through into something else. So it took us a couple weeks to a month or two to get the mangrove done. And then we converted that design to fit into the cherry.
Right.
The dark oak took probably the longest, probably, on and off over the course of like 4 months of just kind of playing with ideas of how to do it or talking about it. And then a few really solid weeks of just, this is what we see work and this is how it comes together. In fact, I think we're almost at the time of day where I'm just going to turn that on and we'll stand here for a minute.
Look at the little footsies! Look how cute it is! Oh my god. I love this farm, Etta. I loved it
I just
before.
automated last night how to make the water automatically trigger for... there's no more flipping a lever to make them flow in. They just automatically come in.
Oh my gosh. I liked your first version of this farm where they were kind of everywhere and you had to like
where they
turn
were
your
where
body
it was
and
tracked by player.
it was That's right. It was exactly the type of chaotic event that I love, but you obviously want something
I mean,
more
if you
controlled.
like a chaotic event, we can all put some pumpkins on, and we can open one of those trapdoors, and they will just charge at you.
Yeah.
Maybe not, because it's scary. So this is obviously your
the resin farm.
The resin,
or
right? The
creaking
resin clumps,
farm.
right? Yeah, the creaking.
Yep. So the other thing with this is that we aren't just pumping it in and crafting it all up automatically. So blocks come out of this, not clumps even.
Right, because you have
Crafters
down there, right?
crafting
Yeah.
things. And the amazing part is this thing moves at 8x hopper speed able to consume the clumps, and that is like half scaled for this farm. I did the math after the fact and said, oh no, I've underscaled the crafters by a factor of 2.
Oh dear. But I'm sure you fixed it.
Actually, not yet, because we don't need this. We don't even need this. For all our farming of this, we have some 14 boxes of stuff here.
I mean, the mechanics of this particular mob are just so Doctor Who-esque. You know, I don't know
Weeping
what
angel
actually.
like.
Yeah, exactly. Except a tree ant, like
Mhm.
Tolkien. You know, his ants.
Except miniature, you know?
Yeah, very miniature. Baby ants. Oh, this is perfect. I love creeklings. I refuse to use the word creaking because I think that's silly.
I mean, the number of times I've slipped up and called it a creeping farm is also...
Creeping farm, yeah.
Well, they do creep up on you in the forest. I mean, I can
Yeah,
understand
right.
that.
In a nutshell, this is Home Tree. Industry and all. Bye-bye.
Bye, Etta.
That's all for now, Folds.
Folds?
I think autocorrect is getting the better of Tom over here.
Maybe we should replace Tom with a replacement robot after all.
Maybe, but it'll have to wait till next month here on the CDNN. Bye for now.
Bye.
We could just do it off camera.
Don't give him any ideas. Can't have a holiday.
Okay.